In 2008, the U.S. housing market crashed and triggered the collapse of the world's economy. The crash was caused by predatory lending and the selling of toxic mortgages between banks and investment firms. The result was millions of Americans losing their homes. February 2014, Morgan Stanley agrees to pay $1.25 billion to the U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency without any acknowledgement of wrongdoing and no jail time for those involved. WCN-tv.com catches up with Managing Director of Morgan Stanley, Robert Feldman, to ask if he thinks the settlement is fair. Earlier this month, it was reported that Morgan Stanley agreed to pay $1.25 billion to the Federal Housing Finance Agency to resolve claims that it sold shoddy mortgages, securities to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And the result of this financial melee was millions of Americans losing their homes and the collapse of the world's financial markets, etc. My question to you is, do you think that this is a fair settlement, considering that no one went to jail and Morgan Stanley reported $7.8 billion net revenue for its fourth quarter earnings in 2013? And what measures have been made internally at Morgan Stanley to assure investors and non-investors history won't repeat itself?
I'm an economist working in Tokyo. First of all, I'm not... No comment.
That was Robert Feldman, Directing Manager of Morgan Stanley MUFG Securities, who has worked for the IMF and Federal Reserve Bank of New York, but does not feel qualified to comment on Morgan Stanley's $1.25 billion settlement. Well, that does it for me. I'm Andy Klein. For all the news that shapes our lives, keep it locked in at WCN.